Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve Earth 2 South Korea update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say, where's Dashi? Dashi is still in New York. Hopefully he'll be there next week. We shall see. Now, let me tell you a story. It was about 3-ish years ago. The US had a nice hold on the pretty much every single country in Earth 2. After it was released in November of 2020, mostly Americans, but a lot of Europeans, a lot of other countries had gone in and they had pumped, well, everything. Every single tile in Earth 2 started at 10 cents, whether it was in Mongolia, whether it was Peru, Afghanistan, America, they all started at 10 cents per tile. And then what happened? Well, obviously things like America, big cities, and other countries, they just went up at a commensurate rate to what their population was doing. And then something happened. Then South Korea came in. And they had meticulously come in. One, bought up South Korea. South Korea became the number 2 country in the entire game. This game currently has 150,000 active users every month. A lot bigger than Veve's. South Korea being a very, very big part of it. And after I saw what they did in South Korea, I decided, okay, what's the next place that they're doing? You follow a couple of accounts, see what they're doing. Pretty much like following what people are buying over on Veve. And then you go and see, okay, well, they're buying up bits of Russia now. Okay, now they're buying up India, Brazil. They target a lot of the BRICS nations for whatever reason that they did. And they would go up and they would buy important properties in every single country. They would go do it as a group. They would do it together. Have you ever seen the Queen's Gambit and you see, oh, hey, why do the Russians always beat Americans? Because Russians kind of collectively do it as a group and Americans are all cowboys. They do it solo. South Koreans did it all as a group, and they beat every single American or European at this game. They even got the land that the Statue of Liberty was on, something that I firmly believe should be in American hands, and it's not. It's in South Korean hands. More on this later. So when I go and I talk about this, I've seen this before. I've gone on and I've seen South Korean gamers come in and buy up every important piece of property in Earth 2. Okay, well, Chavez, what does that have to do with Veve? They will do the same thing with Veve. They will go in the same thing and they will buy up all the grails. They'll buy up the partner statues. They'll buy up the Mickey Mouse, the first appearance Batman, first appearance Spider-Man, first appearance Superman, all the important pieces that are really recognizable. And then what will they do? Okay, then they'll take a look what they did at Earth 2. So, okay, who are the biggest influencers in Earth 2? And they were the real Randy Chavez and Aria Realty. And they bought all of the land around our mega cities. So what are they going to do when they find out, okay, what's really important to Veve? That's going to be their gold and silver Veve logo, and then it's going to be the secret rare Akomi logo. And will they purchase other things as well, other things that I didn't mention? Of course, there's always going to be things. I mean, a lot of people have Tokidoki. Every time I'm at a Comic-Con, it doesn't have to be a Comic-Con, any convention, the Tokidoki booth has a line wrapped around it going off half the convention. It's insane. They're probably going to go and get a couple of those. Okay, well, Chavez, Veve's been around for several years, about as long as Earth 2. Why haven't they come in yet? Well, some of them might have, but they haven't really had a reason to come in yet. I mean, again, Earth 2 was that global game. You could buy anywhere in the world after they partnered with Mapbox. But for Veve, a lot of it has really just been mostly in English, but in America and Europe. But now that you have YG Entertainment, the company that owns Blackpink, and be advised, I've said this before, but Blackpink, which signed a new deal with YG, I forget when I think they were renewed in 2023. As soon as they did that, the Korean stock market pumped 5% that same week. Okay, well, why? Because K-pop is 3% of Korea's GDP. They are heckin' crazy about tech. So crazy that South Korean won surpassed the US dollar in crypto trading for Q1 of 2024. So they're already beating us. And here's what I kind of want to go through. Whether you're in the military, whether you're a politician, whether you're at least in the US is pretty ethnocentric. We're all Team America. At the end of the day, we're all team. We might have some different squabbles, might have some different whatever. We're Team America. Go over to like anywhere in Europe, like especially like French, like France, like Americans, and they have a little. We got a little bit of a kind of a fun little culture poking war there. It is no different in gaming than it is Pokemon, than it is sports or science. Whoever has the most Nobel Prizes, Olympic gold medals, it doesn't matter. Like, that's who's the best, and you want to be the best. And I think right now, again, talking to my American peeps over here, we are going to lose this battle if we don't get our crap together. South Korea is going to come in, and you're going to see all of these amazing U.S. grails go to South Korea, and I don't want to see that. I've seen it before in Earth 2, and I don't want that to happen again. Again, in Q1 of this year, 2024, the South Korean won had a trading record of 456 billion in transactions. Again, that's just during Q1 of this year. Now, we outnumber them like 4 or 5 to 1. There's 50 million South Koreans, but there's a lot of them. And a lot of them are very interested in tech. A lot of them are and again, seen this happen before. So they will do coordinated attacks. They will sweep floors. There'll be manipulation. Again, I've seen it in Earth 2, even now. It's going to be a lot faster paced than people are used to. This is changing, 4 or 5 times a second? That's everybody that they are going and building side droids, and they're raiding, and they're doing stuff with Ether, and they're buying tiles, they're selling tiles. They're doing a lot of stuff. Everyone, every single second of every single day. And that's going to continue to happen. So these things, I know people maybe sometimes check the app a couple times a week. These things will happen in seconds, and if you blink, you're going to miss it. Now, luckily, I've done a quick little, I've done a couple little pieces of research. We had an American buy 29 first appearances of Minnie Mouse. Thought that was great. We have another standoff chart having 117 Wolverines, even though he's Canadian, the American comic hero. And then you have another buddy of mine, which now has 700 Plutos. And then myself taking the number 2 spot of the top sub 100 Marvel collectibles. And a buddy of mine, whose house I'm staying in right now, is the number 3 wallet for sub 100 wallets. For Marvel, anyway. You have Tina and Rudy, which had gone on and have the number 1977, the year Star Wars came out, C-3PO, R2-D2, rare Luke Skywalker, rare the Yoda lightsaber, and now they had spent almost $4,500 on a 1977 Obi-Wan Kenobi. So they are doing their part. I myself, trying to protect that title, going and buying a sub 100 Mr. Sinister. It was $28. If anybody here wants to cash out, they have any sub 100 Marvel Mighties, list them for $29. List them for $29 or cheaper, and I will go and buy every single one of them. Sub 100 Marvel Mighty, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be Kingo, it could be from the newer stuff that we have, or it could be from the, whatever those are called. The Eternals could be from that set. I do not care about that set, but I will go and do that for you guys. I'll be your exit liquidity. I will go in and make sure that those top 2 and 3 wallets stay American. We find out in the next 10 days or so who we're going to get for K-pop. And there's a chance that once that happens and they start marketing, the app might never be the same. Life might never be the same. Now, I realize there are a couple of reasons to be pessimistic. Okay, Wolverine, top 10 comic book hero, did absolutely zero marketing for him. I understand, but that was a different section. Right now you have Veve Korea and Japan that are going and heading this. So maybe there's going to be a little bit of a different outcome. And again, wind the clocks back, 5 years, where you had people on the Flow blockchain, NBA Top Shots. They had gone on and talked to YouTubers with like 1,000 subscribers or less. And they said, hey, we can't afford to pay you right now any cash or any money, but make a video on us and we'll give you 10 free packs, however much that was worth at the time. And they did, and it maybe got a couple people into the app, but not really anything noteworthy. What really happened, what really kicked off that NFT craze was a lot of people or professional athletes in the NBA that had gone on and said, look at these moments, I got these moments. And again, it kicked it off. Everyone went insane. This time when we have, and again, do we have BTS? No, or at least not yet, but we have some of the top IP literally like in the world. Like this is who's the biggest star in the U.S. right now? Like, okay, Taylor Swift, who's the second biggest star? What, like Beyonce maybe? I don't know, Kanye, like whatever. We have like the Beyonce or Kanye like of Korea, with Blackpink and everyone else under YG. All it's going to take is one of those people to go on and show it off on their socials or in a video, and then suddenly everyone's going to come in. And obviously, in the last bull market, you had it start off with NBA Top Shots, and then PFPs took over. PFPs were the reason for the season of the bull market. I don't think that's going to happen the exact same way. It could, and maybe PFPs make a rise again, and maybe Bored Ape Yacht Clubs go to further beyond. I don't know about that. Veve Digital Collectibles is pretty much just along for the ride. Somebody that paid a couple of influencers that really rocketed the token, which I didn't even talk about this video yet. But yeah, that's I think Veve is in a good position to not just go along for the ride, not just to ride the wave, but to actually be the reason for the NFT bull market. And premium digital collectibles, the high-end stuff, oh my God, absolutely nuts. Anywho, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. I will catch you later. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Subscribe.